Some stories begin with a scream, others with silence. But this one started with a misfiled folder found in the back of a dusty basement archive, buried beneath decades of neglect. Julian Decker, a retired archivist known around Annapolis for his quiet manner and tragic past, never intended to reopen one of Maryland's most haunting cold cases. He was just supposed to organize historical paperwork for the Maryland State Archives. But in a battered cardboard box mislabeled Land Permits 1987, Julian found a police file that shouldn't have existed, one marked The Bellhaven Incident. Inside were faded photographs, blood-stained police reports, a torn-out diary page from a missing girl named Anna Bellamy, and something else, a hand-drawn map labeled The Room. It stopped Julian cold. Anna's case had haunted him for decades. She was 14 when she vanished from the small town of Bellhaven in 1987, the same year Julian's own daughter disappeared. Police chalked it up to a runaway. No body, no suspects, no resolution. But Julian always suspected more, especially after he received an anonymous letter in 1989 that simply read, "She knew too much." As Julian sifted through the file, he found inconsistencies. Statements with names blacked out, evidence photos never entered into official records, and a recurring reference to the room, a supposed secret space beneath the old Bellhaven schoolhouse. A chill ran through him. That school had been demolished in 1993, but Julian remembered the layout. He contacted Layla Hensley, a local true crime podcaster who had covered the Bellhaven mystery years prior, and she agreed to meet him. Together, they tracked down retired janitor Clarence Hodge, who admitted he'd once found a bloodied ribbon in a basement crawl space of the school, but was ordered to destroy it. He hadn't. He kept it hidden in a box behind his furnace, along with something else, a VHS tape with the label "Do Not Watch." When Layla played the tape, what they saw confirmed decades of whispers. Grainy footage showed Anna, terrified, sitting in a wooden chair surrounded by men whose faces were only partially visible. One was wearing a police badge. Another wore the ring of the local mayor. The tape ended abruptly. Within a week, Layla's podcast episode about the discovery went viral. The FBI reopened the case. Arrests were made. Former Sheriff Paul Donnelly, Senator Curtis Myers, and 2 local businessmen were indicted on charges ranging from kidnapping to conspiracy and obstruction. All denied everything, claiming the footage was doctored, until the janitor came forward and confirmed its origin, along with the matching blood DNA on the ribbon. But the biggest twist came next. Just as the case made national headlines, Julian received a plain envelope with no return address. Inside was a single photograph, an older woman standing in front of a bookstore in Oregon. On the back was written, "I knew you'd find it. Thank you for still believing in me. A." Anna Bellamy had faked her disappearance in 1987, after being threatened into silence. She fled across the country with help from a sympathetic teacher who later died mysteriously. Anna had lived in hiding for nearly 4 decades. She sent the box anonymously to the archives, trusting that Julian, a man who once defended her innocence when the whole town turned its back, would find it. She'd been watching the podcast episodes all along, waiting for justice to finally come. And it did. Bellhaven would never be the same. The town tore down the remnants of its corrupt past, rebuilt its community, and named the new town library after Anna Bellamy. As for Julian Decker, he disappeared shortly after the trial, reportedly moving out west. Rumor has it he reunited with Anna, finally finding peace in the quiet redemption of the truth. What began as a misfiled folder became a reckoning. A 30-year silence was broken, not by force, not by law enforcement, but by the determination of one quiet man and a forgotten girl who refused to stay buried by history. The Bellhaven incident became more than just a cold case solved. It became a warning. No matter how long it takes, truth waits in the shadows, and sometimes all it needs is someone willing to look behind the last box on the shelf.